They say that schools should be preparing us for the real world. It's a bit different here in the city.
Today I'm gonna be showing what did you do? How'd you get that cast, loser?
I got like mugged in it.
What happens next is diabolical.
Hey guys, I got it.
No, imagine that, yeah? That isn't it? No, listen here, folks.
So, one time, this helicopter landed in our school, and we didn't know what to do about it because it just landed there, and everyone ran over to see what was going on, and the teachers were like, "Get back, get back!" But no one wanted to. Everyone was getting their phones out, videoing it, and it landed, and it was in the sky, and it landed like that. 2 people rushed out, and they had to park there because someone got stabbed, and they had to check out the situation because someone got stabbed at a bus stop.
Oh no! What's gonna happen next? Let's find out in the next episode. KFC? I don't know. Do you? Oh, okay. What to do now? Good night, Jake. Yes, come on. Yeah. Oh, see? Inside, yeah, sure. And then they stuck a moldy fork and said, "Eat it now."
But you know, it's not as simple as that.
One of the things about walking home... No, I said it wrong. One of the things about living in London is you definitely don't feel safe walking home at dark, like at night time. You've always got to find someone to walk home with. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, there have been a lot of people like around school that do get mugged, and so it's always a bit more unsafe around coming back from school than it would be somewhere in the countryside. What I really like about other parts that are out of London is more of the freedom and like sort of greenery of everything else.
At my school, there was once an incident involving a knife.
A knife went missing in food tech, and all our bags got searched.
Well, no one really knew what to do about it. The knife was never found, meaning, well, you know, we're kind of in danger. There's someone at our school who's trying to kill us, pretty much, with a knife.
I know it's a complicated issue. It's social economic.
It's all about the extent to which your ability to ascend in Britain is predetermined not by hard work and intelligence, but by your parents' bank balance.
It's generational.
As it stands in the UK, it would take 5 generations for poorer families to reach the average income.
It's geopolitical.
The number of council houses in London has fallen by a third in the last 20 years, despite 1 million more people living here.
New homes are being churned out, but they remain unoccupied because they're bought up by investors and the wealthy.
It's a lot of big words and a lot of factors that you think we don't understand. But it's simple to me, really.
And if we really are going to repair the damage of the current crisis, we need to invest in young people right now.
This is really 12 years of Conservative economic failure.
But if you account for inflation, schools only have as much as they did back in 2009. And the number of pupils has risen. Schools are basically having to educate 700,000 more children with no extra money. This amounts to the biggest funding cut schools have seen for over 30 years, as things like music and drama classes and sports activities are being cut.
They trebled in 2006 and trebled again in 2012.
They got the Brexit that they wanted, they got the abolition of freedom of movement that they wanted, and every single number on their ticket has been picked. And everything's a bloody mess.
They're filling the gap after the government refused to extend free school meals this half-term.
They're telling their stories of male aggression and assault. They're voicing their fears, their fury that our society doesn't protect women.
I'm deeply ashamed and I'm deeply angry. And so inevitably, yes, that sort of fragile trust, certainly between women and the police, has been fractured yet further.
For the government to just not be in touch with reality. Eventually, that upset turns into pure rage, really.
We're going to be continuing what we were talking about from last time, which is a little bit about these sort of the different sort of habitual sort of like things which like rats tend to do.
In the late 1970s, they ran a series of experiments on rats. In the first, they put a rat in a small cage, all alone and barely any light. They gave them 2 bottles, one with plain water and one laced with an addictive substance. These rats all constantly drank the substance-laced water until they all overdosed and died. They ran a second scenario. They built Rat Park, a playground where all the rats could interact freely with each other. We gave them structures. We gave them support. We gave them a community. When faced with the same bottles, they barely ever drank the substance-laced water. No one ever died. It looks like a city problem. But it's not. The hate, the violence, the indifference. We are the rats. And you are tearing down our park. Our structures, our support, our community. So in a way, I suppose you were right. My school is preparing me for the real world. We're just learning the lessons a bit quicker than the rest of you.